All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athlete Artist Show. I am the artist Kyle Forge alongside the athlete professional hockey player Zach Boychuk. Season 6, episode 31, presented by MyBookie. My bets last week were all off, all over the place. NBA, NHL, doesn't matter. I'm losing everything. If you want to lose with us, head to mybookie.ag and use the promo code AAS, and they'll match you up to $500 and give you a bounce back token if you lose. Chucky, conference finals are now officially underway, but let's start with Montreal. Last week, another Game 7, another win. It was looking kind of crazy there. I don't know how much of the game you saw, but it was, man, I was so happy when they won Game 7 OT again.
Yeah, I fell asleep, I think, after the first overtime. And did it go second overtime or was it first overtime?
First overtime.
Oh, okay. So I fell asleep after the game because it was a little late where I'm at. But new hook with a twisted wrister. I think everybody was kind of blaming UPL on the save there, but I felt like that was a pretty good shot with a screen through Darlene, and your Habs move on to the semifinals.
Yeah, it was, man, it's crazy too, because I saw a post that was like, Carolina Hurricanes have played the minimal amount of games. Now they're playing the Habs, who have played the maximum amount of games so far heading into the conference finals. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting that we're filming this on, it's Thursday. First game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final, Carolina and Montreal, is tonight. So we'll see how that series starts off, but super pumped for the Habs. I think they deserved it. I had a buddy of mine text me, and his family split. He grew up in Montreal, even though he's American, but his kid's Buffalo fan, so their household is divided. And he was like, man, I think Buffalo might win this game. And I was thinking it too a little bit, just with how Buffalo was playing. They were playing great. Goalie was unreal for most of it. They were all over them for some of that game, and then Montreal just held on and Newhook, the OT hero again.
Yeah, I think Buffalo probably deserved to win that game. They were the better team, especially in the second period.
Yeah.
But you leave it to chance going into the third period and then overtime, and anything can happen. And you saw Tage Thompson. He had a great chance on a 2-on-1 in overtime with Benson. Could have slid it over for the wide open net.
Yeah.
Goes for the fancy toe drag, and just tough for the Sabres fans. I think it's nice that they got a little bit of a taste of playoff hockey because it's been so long, but I really felt like it could have been their year. And it's tough days for Sabre fans, but overall it was a good year for them.
Yeah, their fans showed up too. Like, we keep saying it, but what a great city for sports, and what a great city for hockey. Everyone kind of looks at them as a football town, but I think they're a little bit more of a hockey town than they are a football town, especially when the Sabres are doing well. And it's nice to see the Sabres have gotten to the point where everyone, I keep saying this too, where everyone has projected them to be with the talent pool that they've been able to pick from. So I think there's a bright future ahead for the Buffalo Sabres and those fans out there.
What do you think about the guys that are possibly coming back or not? Like, you think Tuck, after that series against Montreal, I think he was like -9 or 10. Do you think that affects him UFA status going back?
I don't know. I think he had a pretty good year for the most part in Buffalo, didn't he?
Yeah, and a good first round of playoffs. He just went ghost mode in the second round.
Yeah, he had 33 goals in the regular season, 66 points, and then in the playoffs, he started out strong, like you said, 4 goals, 3 assists, and then didn't really do much. But I don't know how much it'll affect him. I feel like they should bring him back. I don't know how much they would bring him back for, but
well, they only got 12 mil in cap space, and they got a bunch of RFAs. They got to re-sign Benson, so it's going to be tough for him to really get paid like he probably wants to be.
Yeah, so they could let him walk. Man, I feel like they need that type of guy on the roster, though. But Benson has been flourishing too. I think he was a huge impact in the playoffs. I think I talked about it last week or the week before. Just a piece of shit to play against, but he's also a guy that was putting the puck in the net too.
Yeah, he's a good player. I think they could get him similar to like a Josh Doan kind of deal,
Mm.
and try and somehow get Tuck, but they might have to make a couple trades because that's not a lot of cap space to bring both of those guys back.
Yeah, so that could give them some trouble heading into next season. But overall, I think the team looks great. Montreal, I love seeing them in the Eastern Conference Final. Youngest team since the what was it? The youngest team since 80 something to make the Eastern Conference Final, and the last time that happened, it was Montreal as well.
Yeah, I think it was 1993 when they last won the cup. So no, that's the youngest team to make the Eastern Conference Final, I think, since 1993. So it's kind of like pretty cool. It was the Habs; they won the cup that year, and it could work out for them this year, being the youngest team.
Yeah, 93. I said 80s, my bad, but yeah, you're right. 1993. So long, a long time to go by to have a young team make it this far. I think it says here their average age is 25.8 years old. So just
That's
over
so
29.
young, and you
Crazy.
can tell, and all their studs are, under 25. It seems like,
Yeah.
with Hudson and Slavkovsky and Caulfield, they're all so young, so they're going to be good for a long time, and we'll see how they do against the pesky Canes.
Man, how good is Hudson? We keep talking about him too, but I just love watching him skate around with the puck.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's taken another step. I feel like I didn't even know that was possible, but in playoffs, he's probably their MVP right now, I would say. Maybe New Hook with some
Yeah.
timely goals, but Um, yeah, I'm a little bit worried for the Canes, being off for 12 days and having to play against a team that's played two game sevens and kind of rolling. Their goalie's rolling right now. They I saw a stat since 2000, I think, coming off a game seven win against a team that's coming off a sweep. They're the team that's coming off game seven win is 7-1.
Oh wow.
So Carolina, hopefully they found ways to stay in shape and be ready for that first game. But I don't know how good it's going to be with Montreal rolling.
Montreal and Dobish have an interesting stat this playoffs too, though. It's like I think they're what are they now? 6-0 or something after a loss, or 5-0 or 6-0 after a loss now, including the game the other night, and they're 1-6 after a win. So I
Oh,
feel like
that's true.
the win loss games have to go in the right order. I feel like too.
Yeah, but Dobas, he's young. He says he could play another 40 games, so he's obviously not tired. I don't know if that's just him what he's thinking mentally, but yeah, you're probably right. That win a game, lose a game has kind of been the trend for them this season,
What a
this
beauty
postseason.
Dobish is, hey? Like
He's
his
crazy.
interviews, he's
Dude,
unreal.
some of the Czech guys that I know, they're the biggest beauties ever. Love to drink, love to say whatever they want. You know, I love watching him play. He's pretty funny out there.
It's crazy too because he's so humble too. When they were asking him about the game and what's next after the win against Buffalo, he's like, "I'm still a rookie, so we just got to bounce back and go into the. I'm not nervous, but excited. Like I'm still a rookie, so I have to kind of follow the leaders on the team." I'm paraphrasing, but it shows how mature he is at such a young age and how composed he's staying as a rookie goaltender going this deep on such a young team as well in the playoffs. It's super impressive to me.
Yeah, it probably helps him being that young because he probably doesn't even realize the situation he's in. Like this is
Yeah,
a really huge deal. He's in the Eastern Conference Finals, two game sevens, huge wins. He's just playing hockey, and I think that's the best part for him. He's rolling, and I like his attitude about it. I think if he was, mid 30s and been through a bunch of playoff runs, and you end up being in the top four or the final four teams, the pressure will start to get to you, and it seems like with him, it's not happening for him. So it's good to see.
yeah, 100%. It's going to be interesting to see how he holds up against your Canes. I think it's either gonna go game seven or it's gonna be a short series. It's gonna go one of two ways.
He's gonna get peppered with some shots, so hopefully he likes an active game.
And I think I talked about the last 2 weeks and maybe even on one of the streams. But if Carolina does end up losing a game, do they fall apart or do they bounce back like Colorado did in the last series?
Yeah, I don't know. And you see Colorado got another loss last night. So
Yeah,
Carolina hasn't had any adversity. They haven't changed any goalies at all. Seems like the injury front has been pretty good for them. So
yeah.
uh, we'll see how all the pressure is with all the Canadian media, everybody coming down to North Carolina and in that old rink, kind of seeing what the atmosphere is like. I'm sure the fans will be going nuts. So that first game is a big one.
We mentioned Colorado losing to Vegas last night, missing Cale Makar. I mean, arguably, depending who you ask, Makar best player in the league, if not top three between him,
Yeah,
McKinnon, and McDavid. But a lot of people in the playoffs have been saying Makar is the one that they would build a team around. That he's the best player in the league, definitely probably the best defenseman the league has ever seen. That's a huge loss, especially against a team like Vegas.
yeah, it completely changes the series. I think you're gonna
And you
have.
called it too.
Yeah, I've been saying that he looks injured. He's made some questionable plays coming through the neutral zone where normally his touches are on point all the time. And sure enough, after the series win, probably took some time off and realized, can't play the first couple games, or we'll see if he gets in the next game. But yeah, it changes things for Colorado. I'm a little bit worried about them. Their D are gonna have to step up. Some young guys are gonna have to come into the lineup and play. But Brent Burns is gonna be playing hard. Manson, they got him on the right side playing hard. So I think they'll bounce back in game two.
Our brackets are on the line here. We both have Colorado going to the final, and then the East we're opposite. So
Yeah, we really need Colorado going to make our brackets look anything half decent. So, and you need Montreal. So, I'm surprised your bets haven't been going that well. You've pretty much nailed the playoffs so far this year.
yeah, the bracket was going well, but I think the bets on MyBookie has been well. I threw some basketball picks in there too, which I mean my Lakers got swept, so that wasn't a great play there. But yeah, I think it was the live betting. I kept betting on like, oh, they're gonna win this period, or we're gonna have 2 goals this period, or whatever. I think I rage quit the last stream that we had for Game 6 when Montreal kind of got pumped there against Buffalo, but
That's true.
I was
Yeah.
like 2 hours in. I'm like, I'm done. I'm losing my bag. So Montreal's getting pumped. We're out of here on this one.
I mean, Portnoy's future bet for the Las Vegas Golden Knights is looking pretty good right now. They're a big team and they really took it to Colorado that first game.
Yeah, they're it was crazy to see Colorado struggle so much. I mean, Vegas goaltending has been crazy too. Like it's tough to get anything by, and those opportunities. I mean, Colorado is the probably one of the most offensive teams in the playoffs. We mentioned Makar and McKinnon and the other talent they have, but without Makar, it's kind of coming down to McKinnon to be that offensive catalyst by himself almost, with a couple other guys that are maybe depth guys sprinkled in that can score. But it's Vegas is a big tough team, and they're playing through all their controversy, I guess you could say right now too, going on outside of it. But
Yeah. I wonder if they showed up to the press conference last night.
I think apparently, I think it was what McCrimmon went and did a press conference. He's like, "Yeah, I can't explain the situation, but we were wrong." Blah 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 blah. I think that whole situation was overblown, but
They're
uh,
still doubling down on Bruce Cassidy. They're not letting him talk to anybody until after the playoffs. So
yeah,
it's crazy, crazy times in Vegas. And obviously everything with their goalie. They've actually stuck with one goalie, which is nice. Like Colorado's bouncing back and forth between their guys. So yeah, it's gonna be a tighter series than most of the experts are predicting.
yeah. I honestly don't see a big issue with Vegas not letting Bruce Cassidy talk to people. Like, yeah, they're in playoffs, which like whether that's a BS kind of excuse or not, but you're but part of the deal is you get fired, you still get paid. So
Yeah.
if you want to be free to go look for another job, then like you can't expect to get paid too. Like what is the coaches association? You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, it's
And
basically like a non-compete, and I think a lot of the contracts have it where you're not supposed to be able to talk, but not many teams actually go through with it, and usually they want you off the book. So we'll
yeah,
see how that situation goes in the next little bit. But yeah, I'm sure a team like Edmonton, who's in their division, they don't want to let them talk.
and
If
LA
Toronto
too.
let it, oh yeah, LA is another one, which is also in their division or
Yeah.
conference. So yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I respect the traditionalist gentleman kind of rules in hockey, but I love the fact that there's at least one team that doesn't give a shit. Like it makes it more exciting. Like I think there needs to be a bad guy, and Vegas plays that role perfectly. Whether it's with the players, whether it's with their coaching staff, whether it's with how they run their roster. Like I feel like it helps the sport because it gives people something to talk about, whether they like it or don't like it. And just doing the same without that, it gets boring. Like without it's like hockey I feel it stays stagnant because they want to stay with this traditionalist um, like mindset. It's like country music. Like you have to change and evolve at some point. And so obviously some of the core needs to stay the same, but like you need to like let players and teams have personality and do different things. And there being a bad guy as a whole organization, I think is fun for the league.
Yeah, like you said, it definitely gives us something to talk about. And I'm just wondering who had to pay that $100,000 fine. You think the owner for Vegas said, "Oh,
Probably.
we'll do it," or is Torts gonna have to dip out of his paycheck for that?
I feel like the owner probably paid for it, but apparently Torts has been fined over 250 grand his now in his coaching career. So maybe he did have to pay it. I don't know.
That's got to be leading the league or leading all time. That's
It
that's
has to
pretty
be
expensive fines.
hilarious. It's a good thing he's getting paid well.
Yeah, for only 8 games in the regular season this year,
Yeah, I wonder if they're
but they're on a
gonna.
good playoff run.
I wonder if they're gonna re-sign him.
Yeah, I mean, if they win the cup, I guess they have to, right?
Could you imagine if they did win the cup and they're just fired Torts right after?
Yeah, that'd be Vegas doing Vegas.
100%, 100%.
How about Dorofiev? Another goal last
Oh
night.
man, 10 goals now.
10 goals, leading the whole playoffs. Mitch Marner, what an assist on the
Oh,
Dorofiev goal.
so good, dude. Like Mitch Marner's a whole different player.
He might win the MVP.
Yeah, if they make it to the cup final, even if they lose in the cup final, I he could be like McDavid a few years ago. He could be one of those rare guys that is on the losing team that wins the Conn Smythe. Imagine that.
Oh, the Leafs fans are just gonna be hating that.
I think I bring it up on streamer in the episode last week. If someone talking about Mitchie taking the cup back to Toronto, taking that and the Conn Smythe back to Toronto would be just
Oh
hilarious to me.
man, I never thought about that. The Conn Smythe too.
It's funny too because Dorofiev has got 10 goals and only 2 assists in 13 games, so 12 points, and it's just all goals. He's like
He's a goal scorer.
their clutch goal scorer.
A lot of power play goals too. He's got a good release. It's incredible. Nice shot last night.
And I think he's an RFA at the end of the year too.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid. I don't know how they're gonna bring all their guys back too. Like you got Anderson from Calgary. He's got to sign Dorofiev. Like there's a bunch of guys, and it's gonna be tight against the cap again for them.
I feel like they'd keep Dorofiev over Anderson.
Yeah, they might have to let Anderson go unless Stone goes on the long-term IR again, or
Again, yeah.
he's retiring or whatever. But they're gonna have to make some moves there as well.
I saw a mock off-season play. Was it for the? I think it was for the Oilers. Offer sheet Dorofiev, give up
Oh
two
yeah,
picks, 2 first rounds, a second round, and a third round.
they have to get their first-round pick back from San Jose for that
Mm.
for them to do that. But yeah, there's no way Vegas would be able to match a 10 or $11 million deal.
Would you pay him 10, 11 mil with the cap
I
going up?
mean, if you're Edmonton and you're in win now and you need somebody to play with McDavid and Draisaitl, like why not try?
Edmonton also needs another goalie too. So like, what is
They're
Edmonton
really
going to do
trying
in
to
this
outscore
offseason?
the other team, I guess.
Yeah, Dorothy would be a great pickup for anyone looking for an additional help next year.
There could be some sneaky offer sheets this summer because the free agent pool isn't that great. So you got Benson in Buffalo and Dorofeev in Vegas. So there's probably tons more that we're not thinking about, but
Dor-
could
Dorofeev
be
had
an interesting summer.
37 goals during the year too. So like, it's not just playoff
37,
performance.
10 in the playoffs. Yeah, he's having a year.
But I agree with you. I would love to see some offer sheet action. I don't know why teams don't do that more. Again, like, unwritten respect rule in hockey that I think is bullshit. I loved when the Blues did it to the Oilers a few years ago, not just because I'm an Oilers hater, but just because it makes it exciting. And I don't understand why the Oilers didn't match that. I think that was totally a bonehead move by them, especially on Holloway. Yeah,
What
I
about
would.
when Carolina did it to the Habs? Or actually, at first it was the Habs did it to Carolina, and then Carolina did it back with the Habs and gave him Kotkaniemi a $20 signing bonus, which was Aho's number.
Yeah, I loved that. That type of thing was hilarious to me.
Now they're playing against each other in the East Final.
Yeah, I saw a post about it the other day, which was pretty funny.
So good.
Yeah, I love when teams do stuff like that. So I mean, I would love to see more of that in the NHL. Who would you offer sheet if you were any team in the league? If you were a GM, who would you go after?
I'd be going after Benson right now. I
Yeah,
think 100%. I mean, you're probably under the $10 million range for him. Like it's a little tougher to go do it against like Dorofeev, who probably could get over 10 mil. You're giving up a lot for that. And then like a Bedard or like somebody who's gonna get like crazy money. But yeah, if you can get that $8-9 million range, why not? It's just a couple picks.
could you imagine if someone tried to get Bedard?
I'm sure there's teams thinking about it.
I wonder who could do it, because I mean, it would obviously have to be over 11 million to try to get him for Chicago not to try to match it.
Yeah,
But then again, that's 4 first round picks too. So like, who can afford to do that, and who would do that?
yeah, that's true. A lot of teams have traded their first round picks already.
I feel like Chicago is one of the only teams that has enough picks to do something like that.
Yeah, maybe. And the cap space.
Yeah, exactly. Are they even on the have they even hit the floor yet for next year? Like, I don't know. Chicago could be open to some big moves too.
Yeah, they'll be going after all the free agents or trading for somebody big.
Anything else you want to touch on before we get out here? I know you got an appointment to get to.
No, I think that's good. Don't Canes go. I mean, I want the Habs. I want the Cup to come back to Canada, but tough to cheer against my Canes.
That's fair. I'm cheering for the Habs. Going to be a great series. Minimal games versus maximum games. Hit it up on MyBookie, mybookie.ag. Hit promo code AAS. Get up to $500 match plus a bounce back token if you lose your first bet. And going to be streaming. I'll probably stream twice this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for one for each game. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace.